Hi, my name is Chelsea, and this is Liberation Flow. It's been a minute. I haven't done any recorded content in a little bit, but I was hoping to make a short video for y'all because not everybody has an hour for practice, but we need to get in our bodies, right? So yeah, as I said, this is Liberation Flow. We are a BIPOC yoga community for BIPOC, by BIPOC. We are here to serve the BIPOC community as best we can with accessible yoga. I'm trying to be as trauma-informed as possible, and also listening to our community and hearing what you guys are interested in. We usually do Zoom classes every Monday night or so. We've been taking a break because of summer, but I thought it might be nice to drop something for y'all in this lovely August time. But I'm in Iceland right now, and it's been really interesting because the sun doesn't set all the way at night. So I've been having a very beautiful, interesting summer, and so I finally got the inspiration to come on here and make a video for y'all. So before I start, I just want to encourage you to take breaks and take water when you need it. Feel free to pause this video at any time and come back to it if you're just not feeling it right now. Sometimes just moving our body can change our minds, change your atmosphere around your body, inside of your body, inside and without, can really help the mind. So if you're struggling at all due to the everything happening, I want you to know that sometimes, at least for some inner peace, getting into the body instead of rejecting, pushing away, dissociating from the body is the way to go. And if you can't stress this enough, but if you can take a walk, get into nature, even imaginary nature can be very healing. Okay, so hopefully you're wearing something comfortable, nice comfy shirt, nice loose fitting. I like to do loose fitting pants more so than find me in like very loose pants rather than tight yoga pants more often than not. And we're just gonna get right into it. So if you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes down. If you have a block or a thick book nearby, feel free to prop up your sits bones. You can sit with your legs crossed, or you can sit with your knees together on top of your heels. Whatever makes you feel comfortable right now. We're gonna get into the breath first. So if it's comfortable for you to close down your eyes, please do so. I recommend you take your hands and bring them down to your knees for a more grounding position. And then when you can, go ahead and lift your chest. Bring your chin to be about parallel with the earth beneath you, and ground your sit bones down into the floor. Maybe take a moment to shrug your shoulders up and down, let them relax down the spine, give them a wiggle if that feels nice. And then I'm just going to ask you to tune into your breath. Listen to how you're breathing. Notice in your body where you can feel your breath. Sometimes we can feel the breath in the chest, in the rib cage, or all the way down in the belly where our diaphragm is. And take the next couple of seconds to notice where you are. You might go of where you've been, and don't worry about where you're going. We're going to take a couple of intentional breaths from here. Go ahead and exhale wherever you are in your breath cycle. Push the air out. And then inhale through your nose, filling up the torso. Let the belly expand, let the chest rise. Feel the rib cage expand. Lift up a little bit. And then exhale, side out. Your belly be soft here. Maybe even bring a hand to the belly. One more time, inhale through the nose, nice and slowly fill up the torso. And exhale slowly, pushing that air out. As we inhale, maybe finding that lift in the body, and as you exhale, finding more grounding in any position we're in today. Awesome. Let's do a little movement here. We're going to move with the breath. Inhale, reaching your arms up, lift your chest, look up if the neck allows. And exhale your right hand down, reaching your left arm over to the side. Finding that length in the left side of the body. You can look towards your shoulder, maybe look under your arm, towards your armpit. So you reach up and over, and since this is the first movement of class today, you don't have to go far and beyond, just as much as you feel that sensation in the left side of the body. As you're ready, bring both arms back up, look up, reach up. Big inhale in, and exhale, left hand to the side, right hand reaches high up and over, coming back into the breath, natural breath, in through the nose, out through the nose. And again, noticing the right side body, waking up the side body. Find some lift in the chest, make your neck nice and long, look kind of under your armpit almost. As you wrap your chest up towards the ceiling, grounded with the left hand on the floor. Beautiful. Inhale brings you back up. And then exhale, we're gonna add some movement here. Bring the right hand down. And then stretch up and over with the left. Take a nice big inhale here. As you exhale, make a big circle around, reaching your left hand all the way over to the left side of the body. Ground your left hand by your hip and bring your right hand up. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, right hand comes down, right hand finds its way, big circle over to the right hip. Inhale, left hand comes up. You can take this moment to find these big, wide circles, maybe even noticing what happens in the back body. Reaching forward with one hand as the other hand finds its way up. You can go as deep here as you like, maybe even finding your elbow on the floor. Making these big circles, reaching, feeling the space around you. Maybe you need to come up on your hand here, maybe make a little bit of a shallow circle as your arm comes up. Wherever you're feeling, the depth that you're feeling that you need to feel today, go there. And then bring both hands down. Be really alive and awake in the side bodies here. Take your shoulders, bring them up. Exhale, bring them down. This time, inhale, lift your shoulders up, lift your chest up, lift your eyes up. And exhale, roll your shoulders down, look down. Draw your navel back towards your spine. Inhale, reach up, shoulders back, chest up, eyes up. Exhale, round the spine. Keep going with your breath. I'm going to turn so you can see my spine as I move here. So as we inhale, we'll call this a seated cow position, lifting up. And exhale, round spine, grounding into the floor beneath you. Inhale, reach up. This might feel really good to start adding movements with the neck. As you exhale, drawing the chin down, finding a little half circle. Inhale, draws you up. Then exhale, push your chest, your heart back. One more inhale, lift. And exhale, curl. Awesome. As you're ready, go ahead and walk your hands forward. Bring your Knees underneath your hips. And we'll just rock back and forth on our hands and knees here, finding circles. Notice how your wrists and knees feel. Coming back to the breath as you move. If you're making circles, go one way and then the other. Or maybe you can find a different way to move that feels good to you, knowing that we're not here to strain the body, we're here to explore. Yoga is a liberation practice, so do what feels liberating to you. I'm just here to offer suggestions. So we're gonna bring the hands down to the floor, turn your wrists. So your wrists are facing outward and your fingers are facing your knees. And so from here, we're gonna come back into those circles. You don't have to push super hard. Oftentimes we're using our hands and our wrists to hold our phones, to hold things, to type, to swipe, to scroll, to do all the things. We don't really give them a lot of attention. We are quite used to bearing weight on them, so it's a good idea to check in, be tender, be kind, and just listen. And go ahead and walk your wrists back forward, and then take your knees wide and press back down to a child's pose. So for child's pose, this one we're gonna keep our knees as wide as you can. If you have a mat, as wide as the mat. And walk your hands forward and keep an active arm here. We're feeling into the hips and lowering the body down as much as feels comfortable. So some of you might come down, maybe this is as far as you'll come down. Maybe you'll come down to your chest, maybe your chin will touch the floor. It does not quite matter. Just let your hips melt down. Okay, with active arms, we're gonna add a little bit of cat-cow here. So inhale, lift your chest, lift your eyes, lift your chin, and then exhale, round the spine. Same thing, inhale to lift, and exhale to curl. Inhale to lift, finding some fluid movement with the spine. Exhale to round. Exploring what feels good today. This might not be a typical position that you're used to. So find your edge here, notice. Catch a rhythm, catch a wave. And then bring yourself back down to stillness. And breathe. And then draw yourself back up to tabletop. Walk your knees back to hips width distance. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. And I'm going to ask you to lift your left leg up. Lift your right arm up. So you're finding balance on your left hand and your right leg. And then reach behind you. If you can catch your foot, great. If not, that's okay. Just stick with the reach. And if you can catch your foot, kick your foot into your hand. Find that twist. And then bring it down. Same thing, other side. Lift your right leg. Lift the left hand. Finding that balance. Notice what you need to do to feel that balance. Then when you're ready, reach back. And kick your right hand into your right foot into your left hand. If you don't have the reach today, that's okay. You can just reach for, We're looking for effort, not necessarily perfection, okay? Lifting the chest, fighting that twist. Awesome. Okay, bring both hands down. And we're gonna pop up into downward facing dog. Just briefly, just to walk the dog. You can walk your way there, pedaling your heels, bending your knees. Shift your hips from side to side. I like to wag my tail. You might march in place here. Nod your head, yes. Shake your head, no. Really spread your fingers wide. And for support, keep your feet behind your wrists. And from there, I want you to press into the floor, lengthening your spine. Let your knees bend as your heels pull down towards the floor. You can start to work to straighten your legs eventually, but if your knees are bent here, do not worry, because you're working on pressing your hips further up and back. Okay, from here, walking forward, walking the feet forward to the top of your space. You can let your feet come out wide. I'm going to turn so you can see. Let your feet come out wide and dangle over the legs. Bend your knees generously. Again, shifting the hips from side to side. Working on that mobility here, letting the lower back release. Let your head release. Let your shoulders relax. If it feels nice to do a shoulder stretch here, you can interlace your fingers behind your low back and let that one fist fall over the crown of the head. Breathe into your belly. Go ahead and let your hands relax here. We're going to come into a hatha-inspired sun salutation. We're going to do it, there are about 12 poses in the sun salutation. We're going to real slow first, and then we're going to do it a couple times a little faster, okay? So we're going to start here in this forward fold. You can bring your feet together if you like that more narrow stance, or you can keep your feet hips width distance. And from here, I want you to bring your arms towards your ears so you can keep your neck nice and long, and your spine is going to kind of follow that line of your arms as you reach up. All right, reaching up. From here, find the length in your spine, root your feet down to the earth, maybe engage your kneecaps so that your quads, muscles in your thighs lift. And then you're gonna find just a slight back bend. No need to go like crazy here. We're just gonna reach the chest up and let the weight of your arms fall back a little bit. So lift out of your low back, lift the chest, find that length and look up. If the neck allows, you feel free to draw your chin to your chest if the neck is a little stiff today. Nice work. Okay, bring your hands down as you exhale. Find your fold. And then bring your hands to the floor. Try to line them up with your feet. Not to be too prescriptive here. If your hands are in front of your feet, that's totally fine. We're going to step the left foot back and bend your left knee so your knee comes all the way down. And then you can shimmy your foot up in between your hands. Okay. All right, from here we're going to rock back and forth, feeling out the hips, noticing what we can notice on this side. Breathe deeply. And from here, rock back, pull your hips back, and then straighten your right foot. So my right leg is relatively straight here. You can have a micro bend. Support yourself with your hands on the floor. Keep your hips up. Try not to drop all the way back here. And then I want you to fold over your legs while you flex your toes towards your face. And just come back to the breath here. And from there, walk your hands forward, lift your chest, and lift your eyes. Bring your breath into your chest. If you have your eyes closed, you might even allow your eyes to look up at the point in between your two eyebrows, the third eye, the pineal gland. And from there, we're going to do this a couple of times. Pull your hips back, straighten your right leg. Breathe in. Exhale. Finding that deeper lunge. Yeah. Inhale. Half split, half Hanuman. Exhale. Find that lunge. Lift the chest. Inhale. And exhale. From here, plant your hands. Press your back toes into the floor. Lift your back knee. Step it back to downward facing dog and breathe. Notice how you feel on the right side of the body. From here, we're going to come into a modified chaturanga. So if you are a plank person, you're going to shift right into plank. That's going to be, you're going to love that. If you are not a plank person, go ahead and immediately bring your knees down and then your chest and chin. So my planks, while you're here, feel free to hold on a beat. And then you can lower down, knees, chest, chin. And then once you're here, feel out the mid-back. Yeah, I know it feels weird with your butt in the air, but just notice how your spine feels in this position. And then as you untuck your toes, lower your hips all the way down and lift your chest. So we're here in Cobra Pose. In Cobra Pose, I want you to bring your feet together, press them into the floor, lift your chest, lift your eyes. If you close your eyes, you might direct your focus back to the pineal gland. Bring your breath back into your chest. And then take the weight out of your hands. If you want, you can experiment by floating your hands up. And as you breathe, you'll use your thoracic spine to find some lift. And that lift comes from the force of your feet, the engagement in your legs. So your legs are maybe engaged so much that your knees come off the floor a little bit, but your feet press down. So there's a lot happening in this pose. Come back to the breath. And lower down. Make your way back to downward facing dog. Press into the mat. Come back to your knees. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. And breathe. From there, you're gonna step your right foot back in between your two hands. Come back to your lunge, lift your chest, take a breath in. And as you exhale, step your left foot back to your right leg. So you're back in your forward fold. Last step, reach all the way up. You can keep your arms by your ears, your biceps by your ears. You get extra imaginary points coming from nowhere. And you can find that small little back bend again. And then bring yourself back down to Tadasana. And take a moment. After all that movement, it's a good idea to check in with the body. See if you can feel anything different. If you can't feel anything different, that's okay. We're all at different stages of awareness in our bodies, different practices, different ways of being on this planet. We shouldn't expect anyone's experience to be the same as yours. Okay, we're going to start that first position again. So reach forward, draw your arms towards your ears, and then find that lift. Stand all the way up, fall back, and then fall forward this time. Root your hands down, step your right foot back, lower your right knee to the floor. Awesome. Feel out your hips. Notice. Take some time, rock back and forth. This is the first time we are here in this position on this side. So just kind of explore what's going on. What's going on in there? And we'll come back into our half Hanuman by pulling the hips back, flexing the left toes. You can walk your hands back for support. Start to straighten your left leg. You can absolutely have a micro bend there if it's more supportive. From there, feel this position. Back to your breath. If you can, reach your chest a little closer to your leg. Try not to rock your hips all the way back. We're going to keep our hips lifted, about a 90-degree angle on the right leg. And flex your toes towards your face. All right. From there, walk your hands forward, find your lunge, lift your chest, bring your breath up into your chest. And if your eyes are closed, you might send your gaze to the space in between your two eyebrows. All right, let's move. Inhale, draw the hips back, half Hanumanasana. Exhale into your lunge. Inhale, Hanumanasana. Exhale into your lunge. And a note here, if you're inhaling at the lunge and exhaling at the split, that's totally fine, as long as you're moving with your breath. As long as you're using the breath to move. So not to be too prescriptive. If you're noticing that you prefer to exhale on the split and inhale on the lunge, that's perfectly fine. Makes sense to you, makes sense to me, baby. All right, come back to your lunge. Press your right toes down, lift your back knee, step your left foot back, find your downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths. Notice how you feel on the left side. And remember, if downward facing dog is ever too much for you, feel free to just hang out on tabletop. If you want to take some pressure off of your wrists, you can always come down to your forearms. Okay, bring your hands back to center. If you're one of my plank people, you'll move into a plank. If you're not, you'll just bring your knees down. And then everybody chest and chin, knees, however you need to get there. Hips are lifted here. Take a moment, feel the middle back. And then exhale, untuck your toes, lower your hips to the floor. Press your pelvic bone down. This time, really engage your glutes. See if you can lift a little higher in your cobra while engaging your legs and keeping the weight out of your hands. Lifting up and breathing. Go ahead and lower down. Find your way back to your downward facing dog or tabletop, whichever you prefer. And breathe. From there, the left foot steps forward in between the hands. Right knee is down, lift your chest, look up. Exhale, tuck your back toes, step your right foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, rise to standing. And exhale, Tadasana. Hands to center. Notice how you feel. That was round one. Yay. All right, feel free to pause at any point in time if you need a break for water. I'm gonna get right back into it. We're gonna do that 2 more times on both sides. It can get a little faster. I'm gonna talk you through it. If you feel the need to stop, please stop. Take a moment, reconnect with yourself. Otherwise, we're gonna keep going. All right, start with at the forward fold with your arms by your ears. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, fall back. Inhale brings you up. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands to the floor, step your left foot back. Inhale, lift your chest. And then exhale, skipping half Hanuman. Tuck your back toes, step your right foot back. Exhale. Inhale brings you to plank or modified plank. And then exhale, lower your chest down. Inhale, as you inhale or exhale, you can lower your hips. And then next inhale, lift your chest, cobra pose. Again, if your inhales and exhales don't match, don't worry, just move with your breath. Exhale to lower. Make your way back to your mountain pose. And breathe. Inhale, step your right foot forward, lower your left knee down, lift your chest. Exhale, tuck your back toes, step forward, round spine, fold forward. Inhale to draw yourself back up to standing. Exhale, little back bend. And then come back to Tadasana. Other side. Reach down. Arms by ears. Inhale, reach up. Fall back. Exhale, fold. Step your right foot back this time. Lower your right knee down. Lift your chest. Big breath in. Exhale, step it back. Downward facing dog or any modification. And then step the left foot forward again. Lower your knee back down, lift your chest. And then tuck your toe, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, draws you up. And exhale, little back bend, maybe a little deeper. Inhale, reach. Exhale, Tadasana. That was round 2. Round 3, let's go. You can start to feel how this feels in your body, noticing as we move together how my movements might be different from yours. That's okay. You can take your time. Notice how you feel in each pose, if you need to linger. Remember, right foot was forward, so we're going to step it back forward. Step the left foot forward. And rise up. And come back to Tadasana, mountain pose. Awesome. Did we just, we have to do the other side. Okay, starting forward fold, reach up, fall forward. Stepping the right foot back this time. Lift the chest. Mountain pose. High plank, knees down, chest, chin down. Lift your chest, cobra pose. Find your downward facing dog. I think I might have skipped that on the other side, my bad. Step your right foot forward, lift your chest, lower your knee. And then tuck your back toes, step forward and forward fold. Inhale to reach up, and exhale to fall back. Bring your hands back to your chest. That was the end of round 3. All right. I hope you enjoyed that. I've been taking a lot more hatha classes here in Iceland, and I want to try to fold that into my practice as we go. So it was a little wonky. It's okay. We're all learning together. We're gonna move into some balancing. So bring yourself to the back of your space. Bring your feet together. And I want you to just take a big step forward. Shift your weight to your right leg. Bring your arms up overhead. And then think of your spine all the way to your hands, all the way to your feet as one long plank of wood. So from here, we're going to tilt on our right hip. So you're gonna bring your body forward, lift your back leg, finding a little bit of levity here in the back leg. This is a great place to be. This is a great place to work on balance. You're putting all of the weight on the right foot. See if you can keep your right foot straight and square. Your whole body is a plank of wood. And if you want a little bit more challenge, because that's all this is just more challenge, you're gonna start to bring your chest down and your back leg up. It's warrior 3. If you want a little bit more challenge, float your fingertips back. And you can do that from a smaller angle. So if your arms are up and you are just coming down maybe a 30, 45 degree angle here, challenge your balance, float your fingertips back, wherever you are. And then bring yourself up and lift your left leg. From here, we're gonna add a little twist. Bring your right hand to the outside of your left knee, draw your left hand back. If you fall out of this, no problem, just bring your foot down and then bring it back up and look back. All right, let's try something fun. Inhale, reach forward as much as you can, kick back. Breathe. And then shift forward, finding that twist. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, breathe, twist. One more time. Feel free to play with this. If you're feeling more active or less active, let your movements reflect that. That's totally fine. Whew. I'm back down. Take a walk back to the back of your space. I'm so sorry. And take your left leg step forward. Arms up. Same thing. Float your back foot up. Float it. Just float it. Just hang out up there. Hang out like this. This is cool. This is cool. This is absolutely cool. This is also cool. Oh, and also challenging. You can float your fingertips back from here. If you're a little further down, draw your shoulders back. Lift your chest. Same thing from there. Lift up. Right knee forward. This time left hand to right knee. Float your hand back. And breathe. And this is a challenging position, so if you're new to dancing Shiva here, right leg up. Find that balance. Flex your right toes. When you're ready, see if you can look back towards your right hand. Awesome. Let's add some movement. Inhale, reach forward, kick your right heel back. Exhale, twist, dancing Shiva. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach one last time. Exhale, twist. Whew, feel free to step that foot down before you come all the way up for that twist. And then bring it down. Notice how you feel. And come back to your breath. Okay, we're gonna come back down to the floor. I'm gonna turn to face you. You can stay where you are. I'm gonna ask you to lift your heels and lift your arms up. One last little balancing move here. See if you can stay on your toes for as long as you can. Finding that inhale lifting you up and letting that exhale ground you down. Finding that pull up and down at the same time. And now, friends, see if you can maintain that height in your heels. We're going to make our way down to the floor. So very, 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 very slowly. You're going to start to bend your knees, bend your knees, bend your knee. You can bring your hands to heart center if your shoulders are feeling a little funky right now. We're gonna come down to about 90 degrees. I'm gonna turn so you can see. 90 degrees. Woo! Burning. Slowly keep going. 60, 45, 30, 10. Butt on the floor. There we go. If you can a lot faster than me, totally fine. You can practice that at any time. It's a good way to work on balance and work on building that heat, that strength in the thighs. Okay, so we're gonna come back to the hips with your shift forward a little bit into a malasana squat. I'm gonna turn so you can see. So I'm gonna walk my heels, feet out, hips width distance, sit my hips in between my ankles, bring the elbows to the knees, and press out. Lengthen the spine, find some lift. If your heels aren't touching the floor, you're kind of up here, that's totally fine. If you want more support, you can put a block or a book under your bottom. And let's take a couple moments here and breathe. And it can be in these very receptive poses that you take a moment for gratitude. In my own practice, I'm trying to incorporate more gratitude, more gratitude, more gratitude, even as things get harder and harder. Seeing the softness, seeing the good, seeing what you want to bring more of into your life. That does wonders. Okay, go ahead and find your seat. Bring your bottom all the way down to the ground. Wow, I just hit my head. Oh, and then bring your feet together. Do a little butterfly. Your feet can be as far away from your pelvic bone as they need to be comfortable. Bounce the knees a couple of times. Bounce the knees. Feel out what's going on in there. Shake it out. Shake it out. What's going on in the hips. Should be a lot more open in the hips. And kind of stillness. And then I'm going to ask you to walk your hands as forward as they go and start to feel some sensation pulling in the hips. Don't go beyond that sensation. For some of you, it's going to be much deeper. For some of you, you're going to bring your chest or your third eye all the way down to your feet. For some of you, you're going to hang out right here, and that's going to be dope. Just notice what you need, what you're feeling in your body. Be supported more than anything. And move from a place of support, and then we have less to worry about. Okay. All right, from here, I'm gonna turn. You can stay where you are, straighten your legs out. You're gonna do another little twist. You're gonna take your right hand, bend your left knee, and bring your hand to your foot. And straighten your left leg out as much as you like. Open your arms wide and look back. And from there, cross your left foot over your right leg. Bring it down. Bring your left hand behind you. Right hand goes over your left knee. And find a twist. You can look over your left shoulder towards a space behind you. You might feel some stretching on the top of the left thigh here, maybe your glute area. And then release. Shake out the legs. Same thing on the other side. I don't know, something about balancing and moving makes me really giddy and goofy. It's fine, it's normal, it's fine. Take your left hand, bend your right foot, capture your foot, kick. Straighten your leg as much as you can or want to. Bring your right hand behind you, look at your right hand. Find that length in the spine as you twist. And breathe. And then from there, bring your left foot over your right foot over your left leg. Bring your right hand behind you. Bring your left elbow to your right knee and then lift your chest and look over your right shoulder. Go ahead and release. Shake out the leggy legs. Draw your right foot to the inside edge of your left leg and reach for your foot. Please bend your knee as much as you like to so you can capture your toes. If that looks like this today, that's great. From there, you can start to work to straighten your leg, go there. If not, totally fine. Round your spine, find a little bit more of a fold. We're compressing those forearms. So you fold forward and drop your head down too as well. And go ahead and come out, straighten your leg. I'm facing the wrong direction. I'm just gonna swing around so you can see. From there, bring your right hand behind you and then push your hips up. Support yourself with your hand. Your right leg is on the floor. Lift your hips, find that stretch. Ooh. And then bring yourself all the way down. Switch your legs up. Again, we'll do that forward fold. Feel free to bend your knee as much as you need to. And capture your toes. And then round your spine. Bring your head down. Go ahead and come up. I'm going to turn around. You can stay where you are. Bring your left hand behind you. Right arm comes up. Press your hips up. Fall back. Find that stretch. And bring your hips back down. Go ahead and find a seat. We're going to do one last little breath exercise before we close. And this is called Samaspriti, which is same side breath. It's not quite the box breath if you're used to that. We're just going to inhale for the same amount of time that we're going to exhale. So take a moment, reacquaint yourself with your breath. You've just been doing a lot of work. Let your body settle. If you want to put a block under your bottom, you can do so. Lift your sit bones up. Find a seat that's comfortable for you. Notice where you're breathing from. Soft jaw. All right, same side breathing. We're going to start with 3 seconds. Please exhale wherever you are. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Okay, come back to your normal breath. See how that goes. 3 seconds in, 3 seconds out. Helps with the breath control. Helps to calm the nervous system, which we could all use right now. We're gonna increase the space between the breath, just 1 second, okay? So there's gonna be a clear pause. And during that pause, I want you to hold your breath, but don't suck it up like this. Just stop it. I'm sorry, that sounds mean. Just stop the breath. So almost as if you're hovering the breath before your exhale, okay? We don't want to close anything. We just want to halt it. And if that doesn't resonate right now, that's totally fine. Find a natural way to transition into the next breath. It's really just a pause. Okay, let's try again. Please exhale. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, and pause. Exhale, 3, 2, 1, and pause. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, and pause. Exhale, 3, 2, 1, and pause. Deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. So you see that pause at the top of the breath? Pausing at full. pause at the end of the breath, pausing and empty. All right, we're gonna do one more round. We're gonna increase the count to 4. We're gonna keep our pause at 1. Okay, exhale, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, pause 1, exhale 4, 3, 2, 1, pause 1, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, pause 1, exhale 4, 3, 2, 1, pause 1, one more, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, pause 1, exhale 4, 3, 2, 1, pause 1. Let it go. Big breath in, exhale, push down. One more time, big breath in, biggest breath you've taken in all day. Exhale, bring the tongue out, shake anything out, let it go. Okay, thank you so much for breathing with me. I hope that felt good. If it didn't feel good, notice what didn't feel good about it. Feel free to put it in the comments, talk to me about it. We just want, the goal here, of course, is liberation. So to close out, if you'd like to take a Shavasana right now, feel free to set a timer for 2 minutes, close yourself out. Otherwise, thank you so much for being with me here today. I hope your summer is doing well. You're gonna hear a lot more from us. We're doing outdoor classes this month in August I always forget, it's Powell Barnett Park. You can go to our IG and see where the location is. We're doing that every Saturday this month. We'll be back on Zoom soon. We actually might be at Moksha in Seattle renting space soon, and that brings me to a little announcement. We'll be releasing a GoFundMe very soon. We want to keep this practice going. We want to keep building our community. We're just falling in love with meeting people and practicing and healing together. But we don't want BIPOC to pay for these classes. We want to be able to offer donation-based, more accessible classes and content as much as possible. So keep an eye out for a GoFundMe. We're hoping to get at least 2 years of funding going so that we can pay more teachers to make more content and to lead more classes and expand our BIPOC community and make our presence known and in yoga, or well, at least for the people that need us and want us to be here. So all that said, I hope you have a really, really good day, and thank you. Peace.